The LawLink. This is the LawLink.
Your radio right here.
On Link Up 93.5 FM.
And now, our feature presentation. And coming up this hour.
Immigration link.
And I repeat.
Immigration link.
Right now. Link Up Entertainment. Certified number one.
Immigration squeeze. Man, them man run things. And you want to look at the immigration link up on the real thing, man.
Now that's what's up.
That's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. 7 minutes after the hour. And of course, you know, we're here doing the USA Immigration Link. You seem somber.
I was just reading Mr. Trump's new memos that came out about 6 minutes ago.
Why do you keep doing
What
it to
did it say?
yourself?
6 minutes ago.
Hold on, before you say anything.
Yeah.
All right? Need to make sure that my page.
So I haven't been able to read the whole thing yet, so I can't comment fully. I read one newspaper article in the New York Times about it, and then we had to start the radio show. So I'll be able to comment more tomorrow after I actually read the whole thing. So I'm going to be commenting based on what I saw in the news, not necessarily what I actually read is from the Department of Homeland Security. So what I read in the news is this. By the way, you want to introduce and before I
Sure.
Why don't you
I would like to introduce the show.
introduce the show or something? Yeah, I don't know.
The show is called USA Immigration Link. My name is David Squeeze Annakie. I am the CEO of the Link Up Media Group. I've collaborated with Brad Bernstein, an attorney who actually runs the law firm of the law offices of Spar Bernstein, and we have created this wonderful USA Immigration Link. All right? We're going to be answering questions for the next hour, so you may want to log on to my Facebook page, David Squeeze Annakie, and post your questions. You may want to log on to the law offices of Spar Bernstein's Facebook page and post your questions, also on YouTube, the same name, and Spar Bernstein on Twitter. Now, Brad was just saying something in reference to what Mr. President Donald Trump was talking about. He does not have the full story, but he has parts of the story. So he came into the studio with a very somber face.
Because I was reading it and trying to
decipher
it
what
all.
the hell he's doing.
So
And so are we.
right. So in his new
We're trying
orders,
to figure that out every day.
All right. All right. Let's start with expedited removal.
Okay, so that was something that came up.
Yes. So,
Expedited removal.
yes. So
What is expedited removal?
So if you're found to be inadmissible at the border, you don't have a right to see a judge because you haven't entered the United States of America yet. You're inadmissible, and it's summary exclusion. Got it?
Got you?
Okay, because you haven't entered America. Mm-hmm. There are rules that were certainly followed under the Obama administration and from administrations before, meaning Presidents Obama and Bush in the past, that if you were discovered within 100 miles of the border, within 14 days of an entry, you still haven't made a legal entry into America for immigration purposes, and therefore you would also be immediately summarily excluded and sent home. Mm-hmm. You know, the question becomes how do you prove you've been here for more than 14 days, less than 14 days, et cetera?
Right.
Now President Trump has said, now these are for people, I presume, and I'm going to read more about it. These are people who entered the country without inspection. Because if you came here with a visa, you were inspected, you're now in America, the Constitution pertains to you.
Yeah,
so if you
protects
came here on a visa or anything, you came through an airport, I don't believe that he's suggesting that if you came here on a visa, you would have some sort of expedited removal or summary exclusion. These are people who we're talking about people who entered the country without inspection, who ran across the border from Mexico or drove across the border from Canada. What he's saying now, at least according to the New York Times, I haven't read the whole thing yet, so everybody has to take this with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. What he's saying now is that grain of salt meaning that I'm not 100% certain what he's saying because I haven't actually read it yet. It just came out literally 8 minutes.
I don't think he knows what he's
and
saying.
Nobody's hearing you. You got to talk into the microphone. And
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So if you are now found within 100 miles of a border, within 2 years of you being in America, that is expedited removal, summary exclusion, whatever you want to say about it. How are you going to prove whether the person was here more than 2 years or less than 2 years, number one? And number two, if I'm your attorney, I could assure you that before anybody gets expedited removal, that we're going to be bringing this into a federal courtroom, who's going to most likely say that what he's doing is illegal.
Right. Okay.
So I believe that a lot of this will also, just like the travel ban with the Muslims, will end up in federal court, and it'll probably end up in federal court relatively soon.
And probably thrown out.
I don't know. 14 days has been found reasonable. 2 years, saying that the Constitution still doesn't apply to you if you entered the country without inspection and you've been living here and renting a home and working and putting money in a bank and maybe even had a child here, that the Constitution doesn't apply to you. So that's what he's saying. Within 100 miles of a border. And by the way, since his radio show is heard in New York City, let me assure everybody New York City is further than 100 miles of a border.
Okay.
So if you had entered the country without inspection, the smartest thing to do is run from the border.
Don't go near the border.
Don't go near the border.
Stay away.
Stay away.
From the wall.
Right. Because Border Patrol can't ask you because you're beyond 100 miles of a border. They can't just, if you're within 100 miles of a border, yes, they can stop you and you must give documentation and show who you are. Outside of 100 miles of a border, they don't have a right to stop you. They could stop you. Anyone could stop you. Squeeze could stop you in the street and say, hey, show me documents. And you can say, hey, Squeeze, late for work, too bad. And you can say the same thing to Border Patrol as long as you're not near the border, 100 miles south or north of or east or west of the border.
Right.
So that's one thing, and that's probably, as I digest it and read up on it later, and we'll talk more about it on the 9 o'clock show tomorrow.
As you digress.
Yes.
You digest.
I will digress and digest. That's one thing that my guess is will be certainly checked in a federal courtroom before it actually, I'm sure somebody's going to be very fast into a federal courtroom on that one.
Everything is going to be in the federal courtroom.
Now, number two, and I am sure that Donald Trump will insult the federal judge who makes a decision on it. 'Cause that's what he does.
Oh,
He likes to bully people.
Okay. And what
And
else?
by the way, I said Donald Trump. Let's see if we get some angry faces on Facebook coming across now. Look, Donald Trump. Dun, 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 dun. Then all of a sudden the angry
And here
faces
comes
come.
the angry faces across.
All right. So, so that's one thing. The next thing that I saw, and here come the angry faces. The next thing that I saw, at least this is all in the New York Times, so I have to, again, tell you, I'm telling you
Very
information.
happy you're reading, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm giving you information that I'm reading from a news source. I haven't actually read the executive order. I haven't read any of it yet because this literally just came out within the last 30 minutes and we're on the radio. So again, I am telling you based on what I'm reading in news sources, although I'll be better informed at the 9 o'clock hour when I sit down and actually read through everything. The second thing, according to the news, is that any person with a criminal record will be placed in a removal proceeding.
Any person that is not a U.S. citizen.
That is not a U.S.
That
citizen.
is not a U.S. citizen.
I can tell you that many, many people with minor records will win those cases, and ultimately it's going to be a waste of government resources and time.
Now, this
So just because...
This is inclusive of people with green cards.
Correct. So just because you have a criminal record and are placed in deportation doesn't necessarily mean you will be ordered deported.
Now, when you say criminal record, could you just...
They're even there, according to New York Times, driving infractions.
That's what I was saying.
Right.
Does driving infractions...
Well, I don't think...
Does jumping the turnstile...
Jumping the turnstile,
DUI,
maybe.
DWI,
yeah, even if it's not deportable. They're going to
scratching
send you
your
before...
ass,
They're going to
what,
send...
what,
They're going
been
to... Exactly.
arrested?
Scratching your ass. You're going to be put in before a deportation
As long
officer.
as you've been arrested.
If you've been arrested, you're going to be put before... Now, if you get a ticket on the side of the road and the cop says, okay, pay the ticket or, go fight it in court, that's different. You weren't arrested. You were given a ticket.
Right.
Somebody who's, brought down to the police. Now, it'll be very interesting to see because, for example, New York City, San Francisco, Chicago, Miami, they have all come out and said they're going to be sanctuary cities. They said they're not going to comply with any of this. So we'll see how that goes. You know, they're bringing back under George Bush.
So what? I mean,
One
that's
second.
pretty much what they ended up ban.
Yeah, they're bringing back under George Bush what George Bush had. Boy, I forgot this section of law. 204, maybe not 204D. Something two. It doesn't really matter what the number is. It's when the Department of Homeland, local police would apply to the Department of Homeland Security to be deputized to be also Department of Homeland Security officers as well. I assume in a lot of the rural areas and a lot of the non-major cities, you're going to see police departments going back and doubling both as local police officers and Department of Homeland Security officials.
Okay.
They said they're also going to hire 10,000 more officers. How fast of a hiring are they going to do? Where are they going to identify these people? You know, how are they going to, train all 10,000? Where are they going to be deployed? Are they going to be deployed on the border? I don't know. I can tell you that also they said when the Immigration Service comes across somebody who's here out of status, they will also be required to refer them for removal. So how is immigration going to come across somebody who's here out of status? When somebody applies for their adjustment of status, their green card in their case gets denied. That's basically what they're saying. So if you're going to be applying for adjustment of status and you're going to listen to the lady who there's always a lady or a guy who at some point always comes on our Facebook feeds at Law Offices Spar Bernstein, on David Squeeze Annakie, who always comes on one of our feeds and says, you don't need a lawyer. All you got to do is go to USCIS and fill out a form.
Wrong.
In that tone too.
Exactly.
And that accent.
Wrong.
In that accent.
You don't need a lawyer.
Right.
Wrong.
Because they're always... because it's-
Atlanta, Georgia.
Right. Well, I don't know. That was a Southern accent. It was trying to be more my ignorant accent. But if it came out, if it came out as Southern, I apologize to all the Southern. It didn't mean to be Southern. It was more the ignorant accent that I was trying to get at.
Apology accepted.
Thank you very much.
What, you're the one that was doing it.
What?
He was the one that was doing it. You don't have to apologize.
Well, I'm apologizing on behalf of Squeeze. So you don't need to do a form. You don't need to do this. Fill out a form. You know what? If you're going to be a moron,
No, here comes a bigger one.
okay, you're going to be a moron and listen to this person and say, yep, all you need to do is fill out a form, then you get what you deserve.
You just created an oxymoron.
An oxymoron, right?
That's what you did.
Because you get what you deserve because when you're going to, it's really important when you're going to, people are laughing. I'm trying to be serious. Even when I'm trying to be serious, I'm making people laugh. Well,
you're getting your point across.
Yes, thank you.
'Cause I'm getting it.
When you are filling out forms now with the Immigration Service, when you're filling out forms with the Immigration Service, you better make sure, and you're doing an application, you better make sure, you better be 100% certain that you're going to get through. All right? Because if you're not going to be 100% certain you're going to get through, and you're going to be something less than 100% certain you're going to get through, you better be contacting a good lawyer. Because a good lawyer, first of all, let me say, no matter what any lawyer says, or no matter what anybody says, there's never a guarantee in life. Okay? There's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees that I don't walk across the street right now and, God forbid, get hit by a car.
Here's a guarantee.
Why? Because I'm not going to be walking across the street right now.
You'll never get out of this life alive.
I will never be out of this
You'll
life.
never get out of this life alive. I'm sorry to tell you that, man.
As
Sorry,
soon as you're born, that's your death sentence.
Yeah.
sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you will never get out of this life alive.
You know, that's like saying I was born a young man.
Very dark.
I was born a young man, Squeeze. So you better be certain. You better be certain that you're going to get through. Now, no lawyer is ever going to guarantee, your success. No lawyer can ever guarantee, but I can almost certainly assure you that when you have good lawyers, is Mom calling you? Who's calling you?
I don't know.
Okay, why are they interrupting this show?
Because my personal
number.
number is on my Facebook, and they just call.
Why do they think that they're good enough to interrupt our show?
Just,
But every time they interrupt, they knock some of my
yeah,
users
just turn it
off.
off. Just turn on Do Not Disturb.
Turn it off.
Jesus.
No,
Yeah.
Dude, that doesn't work
Swipe
on
it
my
up,
phone.
swipe
You
it
want to
up.
know? You want to know why?
Block
Why?
them. They should be blocked.
It's not on. There you go. Turn the moon on.
No, it's still gonna.
They should be blocked.
It's still gonna happen.
They should just
They're
be
not gonna
blocked.
do
Want to know why? I have Wi-Fi calling on.
That's
why.
So you
You
have
got to
to
shut that off.
Yeah, he's right.
And there it is again. You
Just
gotta
turn
shut it
your
off.
I turn
Just
your
turn your
turn your
Wi-Fi off.
airplane mode on.
Yeah, that's
and
a good
then-
idea.
And then keep your Wi-Fi on. That's what we did last time. When
Still
you did
does
the call.
this. Yeah, but your Wi-Fi is on, and there's Wi-Fi calling.
You have to turn that off. Well, not now, but we'll.
Why don't you answer the phone and tell them you're on the radio? That would be a lot faster than keep hanging up on them. Say, dude, I'm on the radio. What is your problem? Why don't you do
I
that?
bet you someone calling to ask an immigration question.
And you know what? They would go to the back of the line. They're interrupting. They're interrupting
Yes, hello?
everything.
Picked up the phone.
Yes, can I help you?
Oh,
Yeah, you can call 1-800-LawLink.
Yeah,
right now,
are you
all right?
kidding me? You will never have your
1-800-LawLink
question answered.
right now.
You interrupt the show and call Squeeze on his cell phone to ask a question?
I told you.
Are you out of your mind, lady?
I told you.
Lady, are you out of your mind?
Knock my
That's not
viewers
happening.
down.
Now she will never. She has to come in and see me now. Never will I answer her question.
All right, so
online.
can everybody
So-
on my
so-
page
so-
now
so the-
reshare,
Right.
please? Reshare
So-
because my users just dropped down. I'm sorry you all fell off. But everybody share on David Squeeze Annakee's page. All right, someone just interrupted our flow.
Yeah. So, but the point is this: a good lawyer is never going to make sure I'll give you 100% certainty. But I will tell you that when you have a good lawyer, not a dummy. I just met somebody who hired a dummy before. Okay, you have no idea what a dummy that person was. When you have a good lawyer working for you, it increases your chances of being successful, and you can't screw around now. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a guy come in, okay, and he says to me, I was married to my wife. It was a good marriage. We filed to remove the conditions of our permanent residence. We started fighting, and she wrote immigration and said to cancel the application. So they canceled it. So I went to this guy in Brooklyn, and I said to this guy in Brooklyn, what should I do? And he filed, the guy in Brooklyn, who by the way, the client who came in to see me admitted to me after, I didn't think he was a lawyer. So why are you listening to this person?
You know
So then let me just finish. So after the wife cancels it, he decides to file an abuse case on the wife. An abuse case, a new I-360, a new I go, what are you doing? And it's been pending for a year and a half. He doesn't know what's going on. I said, what are you doing? I said, why are you filing a new abuse case and adjusting your stuff? I said, first of all, you can file abuse to remove the conditions, but more importantly, it's very simple to file an application to remove the conditions, get divorced, prove it was a real marriage. You don't got to prove all of this stuff, and you don't got to refile a new adjustment. Just everything was being done half-assed and backwards. And it was very frustrating to me to listen to him and watch what he's telling me and have him show me documents. And I'm saying to him, I go, dude, what in the world are you doing? What are you doing? You made a very, very simple
Nobody
case.
listens to Squeeze.
You made a very
Nobody
simple
listens to
case,
Brad.
exceedingly complicated for no reason. Oh, yeah, I don't think he's a lawyer. So then if you don't think he's a lawyer, why are you listening to
Why
him?
are you there?
Yeah, it didn't sound right to me. Then why are you doing this? And by the way, now, when he gets his I-360 denied, which he's going to because he submitted no proof of abuse whatsoever, guess where that's going to land him? In deportation, because that's what Donald Trump just said. All right.
Oh boy. Welcome to the USA Immigration Link.
Yeah.
Brad Bernstein venting, digressing, digesting. He's doing all the
Yeah.
D words, all right?
Squeeze, could I ask Brad a question? How would she think that I can, where would,
Everybody calls me to get through to
She
you.
was really calling a lot. She called
Yeah.
like, what, 5-6 times?
What are you
a
out of
show.
your mind?
She was calling me to get through to you. You can't, you got to give her some
commitment.
credit, though.
Yeah, it's
she
perseverance.
knows how to circumvent.
No, that wasn't circumventing. That was just being
She's
selfish.
She's cutting the line.
That was just being selfish.
Cutting the line.
No, that was selfish. That's my
Why?
opinion.
Because she's cutting the line?
Because she's you. She knows you're on the radio and she's calling you on your cell phone and she thinks you're going to answer, which you did, and call 75 times.
Now
All right.
Now you're pulling a Trump. 75 times is exaggerating.
Yeah, it was about 5. It was about 5. All right. So, little Nikki, what do you think? Am I right in what I'm saying?
About what, the lady?
I don't know anything. Just tell me if you think I'm right about anything I've
I
said.
think you're always right.
Thank you. Very good. Good answer.
Oh my God.
She's up for a raise now.
Oh my God. Oh man, and she has been here a shorter time than SMG, right?
Yeah.
And she's getting a raise, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, SMG.
I need to become an employee. I'll get a raise much quicker.
You see, if SMG didn't get on, didn't tell us after the show, you guys need media training, and instead, if he would say, "Boy, you're the best, you're the
Got
greatest,"
to know how to stroke the boss.
yeah, you
gonna
gotta know how
lie
to
to
stroke
you.
the
Yeah,
boss, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Media training.
All right, let's go to Kimberly.
1-800-529-5465. Now is the time to join my Facebook page and catch the show, and also go to the radio lines, 1-800-LawLink, and get your questions answered. 1-800-529-5465. Please do not call my personal cell, okay? 1-800-529-5465. Brad Bernstein
By the way,
is the attorney.
Carol Anderson, the Tiger, who watches all the time, she says Brad is always righteous. So I don't know. That could be a compliment, or that could be a backhanded compliment. I'm not sure, but we'll
All right.
see. Kimberly,
Kimberly.
Hi.
How are
Hi.
you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
How are
we
you?
can hear you.
Okay. I recently applied for my citizenship. I received notification that my interview letter will come out to me. But my boyfriend is out of status, and I want to file for him. But I want to know what you would advise me in terms of the marriage, like when to get married.
get married right away, because God forbid. I'm always telling everyone get married right away, and the reason why I'm saying it is because you're in a much better position. God forbid, ICE, trips over you, or you trip over ICE being married than being
Yes.
single. Because if you trip over ICE and you're in jail, it's going to be very difficult to get married in immigration jail.
Okay.
So marry him, file for him, and when you become a citizen, upgrade. That's my advice.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
All right?
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to another one.
Gabrielle.
Hi.
Hi.
I am an international student. I came here as a visitor. I got sick and I couldn't leave, so I just ended up changing my status to an international student. And my boyfriend of almost 3 years, we are currently engaged in planning our wedding. I'm concerned whether or not he is a citizen because he's been here since he was 12 years old. And I believe he was naturalized under his mom, but I'm not sure.
Well, does
But
he have a
has
U.S.
a US
Does he have a U.S. passport?
Yes, he has a U.S.
So
passport.
it sounds like he's a citizen to me.
Oh, okay. And you guys were just talking about the whole having a lawyer issue and Donald Trump had that whole craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, because we weren't originally planning to get a lawyer, would you now recommend that we definitely go through having legal assistance?
Yes, that's
You're
what I
asking a
spent.
lawyer if
and
you
by
need
the
a
way,
lawyer?
and by the way, the answer is yes. That's why I was just saying for 15 minutes, just for example, you just said, I don't even know if he's a citizen or not. Now, maybe he's not a citizen and he got his U.S. passport incorrectly. I doubt it, but you never know. You filed. How would you know? And then you show up and, oh, yeah, he's not a citizen. Oh, guess what, Gabrielle? You're in deportation now. Oh, guess what, Gabrielle? You're in another country now. Why are you looking for trouble?
Oh,
So
okay.
people who don't do this on a daily basis, and that's just about everybody listening, okay? I wouldn't, it's like saying, you know what, I'm going to fix an airplane and then go fly it and hope it makes it to my destination. I don't know anything about fixing airplanes. Why would I risk my life? I mean, you're literally risking your life now.
Well, you're the
I
kind of
mean,
guy-
and your life is where you're going to live.
You're the kind of guy that would operate on your own heart, right?
No, I would not. All right.
All
All right,
thank
hold on
you.
1 second.
1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Once again, folks, make sure you tell everyone on social media to share the David Squeeze Annakie's Facebook page, also Law Offices of Spar Bernstein, to actually watch the show and check it out, all right? That's 1-800-529-5465.
D. White. Or it's Dwight.
Hi. Yes, Dwight.
Dwight. Boy,
How you guys doing?
boy, they spell so incorrectly here. Did
my-
you see how they wrote D. White? I thought his name was D and White.
Before you go to
Nah.
Dwight, by the way,
Who's
Brad,
writing this stuff?
Brad,
Did you see?
Brad,
Yeah, what?
Lizzie, before you go to Dwight, Lizzie Robinson said that she was expecting a call for a phone interview at 11 a.m. And it's now 12:30 and she hasn't got a call.
Lizzie, we'll get
So
to
I
you.
don't know if you want to address Lizzie.
Lizzie, we'll get to you. Don't worry. Okay. Trust me, Lizzie, we will get to you by the end of the day. I promise you.
Yeah,
okay.
it's that busy.
Dwight.
We apologize for that.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's only
how
one,
you
Brad.
doing?
Yeah. What's up?
Not much. I have a question. I'm engaged to my fiance, which she's an American citizen. But the problem that I have that I'm wondering about is she's on Social Security benefits, so I don't know if she'll be able to file for me.
Well, she can certainly file for you, but you're going to need maybe an affidavit of support from somebody else. She's getting disability.
Yeah, she's getting
Yeah,
disability.
that's fine. As long as you get an affidavit of support from somebody else, you're fine.
That's it.
That's it.
all the problem.
Yeah, that solves the problem. And again, if you're calling up and saying, "I don't know what she can do. She's on Social Security disability," don't screw around with your life. Don't get in a plane that you try to mechanically fix yourself. Call a mechanic. Okay, you're speaking to a good mechanic. I'm not really a mechanic, but I'm a good lawyer. Hold on.
1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them followers up. All right?
No, what I think is the funniest is whenever I mention
You just love doing that,
the
don't you?
dark side.
Yeah, you love doing that, huh?
And I just say Donald Trump, and all of a sudden, all the angry faces come across. Donald Trump. Watch this. I'm going to say Donald Trump 3 times, and we're going to get a whole bunch of angry faces. Dun, 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 dun.
It's like Beetlejuice.
It's like Beetlejuice, yeah. 1-800-529-5465. Loy.
There goes
Hi,
the
good
angry faces.
afternoon.
Yep, there's the angry faces. Loy, what's up?
I have a question. I had a case, a third degree felony case, which I took it to jury trial and lost. I filed an appeal, and I won the appeal. The case was totally vacated and reversed.
Good.
As a permanent resident, how does it work for me going in for my citizenship?
Well, assuming your case was vacated and reversed, just like you said, and it's been more than 5 years, I would assume you have good moral character. Before you do your citizenship, I would suggest you at least pass it through somebody and just make sure that what you believe happened, so you don't have any problems when you do your citizenship.
Okay, is this 5 years from the conviction or 5 years since
5 years
the appeal?
5 years since you have been a free lady from any conviction.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
1-800-529-5465. Once again, reminding everyone to share the Facebook page that you're watching. Extremely important. Once again, Brad Bernstein answering your questions at 1-800-LawLink. Let's go back to another call right here.
Bradley, this is Bradley. How are you?
Yeah, doing good.
How you doing, Mr.
First, I
Cooper?
must say good program.
Thank you.
Good program, good
Thank you.
information.
Thank you.
Guys doing a good job.
Thank you.
I'm a permanent resident, and my fiance or my girlfriend, because we're not married yet, she's older status, and I would like to take care of the situation for her. I would like to know if I'm able to do it because I'm a permanent resident, and if how long would it take for her to get at least residency card?
Well, if she's here out of status, it's about or if she's in another country, either way, it's about 2 years. If she's here out of status, she would have to do a provisional waiver unless she is 245I. If she's in legal status, then she could adjust here. If she's 245, she can adjust here. If you become a citizen and she made a legal entry, she could adjust here. So it all depends on a lot of different, where her situation is, and
All
there's
right,
different.
so she's here. She's here. She's here in the States.
And how long have you had a green card? How long have you had a green card?
visitor's visa. Say that again.
How long have you had a green card?
I have a green card for years now.
How many years?
3 years.
Okay. How did you get your green card?
Through married to an American citizen.
Okay, so you would not, as a green card holder, if you got your green card through marriage to a U.S. citizen, you can certainly turn around and marry her, and I would suggest you do. But you cannot file for her until you have been a resident for at least 5 years if you got your green card through marriage or until you become a citizen, whichever comes first.
Okay.
All right, so hold on, but hold on, because let's see what other options. Maybe she can do a job sponsorship. It only takes 1.5 years and do a provisional waiver 3 years.
Hey.
Okay, so that doesn't mean, and you're not filing for her. She's just doing the provisional waiver through you. Hold on 1 second. All right, so there's options, but you need to see a lawyer. All right.
1-800-529-5465.
I know he was going but we got to get to as many people as we can, and help as many people as we can. Al-Im. Huh?
Oh God! Listen,
Yeah.
why the hell am I nervous? I don't understand. Okay, It's the guy from this morning.
Oh, same nervous guy.
Yeah.
Why are you so nervous all the time?
I don't know. Maybe because everybody's listening. But hope you guys take my advice about the Viagra, man. Listen, hey, Squeeze.
I don't think he's nervous. I think he's like a stand-up comedian here.
Yes, sir.
Al, what's up?
Squeeze.
Yes, sir.
My buddy, my Buddy was tired. I'm telling you. Yeah, explain to them what buddy means in Jamaica. It took me a while, to understand. When people call me, hey, buddy, they don't understand that buddy means, privates in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thanks for the information.
I didn't know that, but I'm glad that we figured that out. We cleared that up. Listen, Al, we love the comedy, and I'm glad you called. All right. He's just a comedian,
Thank you so much for that.
All right, let's go to Natalie.
Everybody's a host these
yes,
days, man.
everyone. Yeah. Al wants to take over for SMG, maybe. Al has some energy. SMG, he was yawning this morning. All right.
Okay.
Natalie, buddy, I will now not call you buddy anymore. Squeeze, you're a buddy.
Yes, they're laughing.
Natalie.
So, SMGs are a good buddy.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Natalie.
I'm calling all the way from Florida. I listen to you guys every day.
Thank you.
We're a little bit crazy, but we get it right with the answers.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was a customer with you guys. Shannon is the best.
Thank you.
I've had her
She is.
like maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
But anyhow, I'm now a citizen, and I filed for my husband. We are going on our interview next month. But my question is, he had a misdemeanor like maybe 7 years ago or so. We did have the disposition and everything. All of that went in. Do you think that's a concern in the interview? Do you think they'll give me a hard time, or should I?
I think you need, when President Trump issues an executive order that every person who has a criminal record will be going through a deportation process, you've got to be concerned when there ever was any sort of arrest situation and you're dealing with that. You have to be concerned about it now. So the fact that you're concerned enough to ask is good. You now have to act on it, and let us take a look at it before you do anything further.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Okay, once again, folks, this is your radio show that is called the USA Immigration Link. Just reminding everybody what the show is all about. All right? Right, SMG?
Not about buddies.
All right. Hey, what are you all laughing about?
Nothing bad.
I don't even know. What is Antoinette is going off on, buddy?
Why not do it yourself?
All right.
What are you doing now?
No, nothing.
You watching television while you're doing this?
Why not
Sounded
do
like a
it yourself?
commercial.
Yes. Why not do it?
He's just multitasking.
Check this out.
No, you can't play it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
What?
Facebook's going to knock you off.
No, they're
You can't
not.
do that. Yes, you are.
No.
Stop it. I know for a fact they will. Stacy.
They're not.
Yes, they will. Stacy.
No, they're not.
They will. Stacy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Squeeze.
Hi, darling. How you doing?
Good, great. I have a question. My husband, I'm calling for my husband, and we're concerned because about the physical, the physical exam that he has to do. Yeah.
Why?
Because he smokes.
Well, then
Not
stop
cigarettes.
smoking. Cigarettes or more than cigarettes?
No, not more than cigarettes.
All right, so
will
he
it be a
smokes.
problem?
He smokes a little ganja. Yes.
A little?
A little. Obviously smokes a lot. If he smokes a lot, he may very well fail the physical, and they're going to say he's a drug abuser.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
It's straightforward. You're either abusing drugs or you're not.
Oh, you're not. Okay. So he has to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope he's
care.
listening.
Okay.
All right, Ann.
Hold on.
Ann.
Jesus.
What? Ann.
Hello.
Ann.
Oh, squeeze met my dads.
Ann. On. Ann. Ann. I hear you.
Hello, my buddies. How you guys doing? Hi, buddies.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, every woman deserves a good buddy.
Oh,
how are you?
I see you guys in the.
Yes.
I'm good. How are you
Good.
guys?
How are you?
Okay, I'm good, thank you. Mr. Bernstein, I have a very, I don't know, I really maybe have to see you, but I just want to give you a little rough cut of this topic that I want to talk to you about.
All right, rough cut. Here it goes.
Go ahead.
Here it goes.
Okay, it's about really for my cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's scared to call, so I'm calling in. Okay, when we was younger, we all obtained a citizenship we was 1980 in Canada. I got my citizenship through my dad, and she got hers, and a couple of my other cousins got theirs from my grandma.
What is her problem? Get to her, because you're not giving me a rough cut. You're giving me the whole story.
Her problem is she's a Canadian citizen, but when she was 18, my dad sent her to her mom over here in America, because I'm living here now too.
That doesn't make her that doesn't make her a citizen because she was over 18 when she entered.
No, I know. What I'm saying, she came here with her Canadian papers and everything. But back then, she's 45 now. There was a fire, and her documents
This is not a rough cut anymore. So this is, you want the dad to file for her, even if she lost her documents, we can find stuff. But this is now, you're giving me the entire movie. Okay? We don't have time for the whole movie. Tell me what you need. Tell me what her question is.
She's here. Her problem is she don't have any documents, and she don't know what to do if she should go back to Canada.
No, because she's a Canadian citizen. So Canadian citizens, by operation of law, have all made legal entries into America. So that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. Now, her dad's a citizen. Her dad's going to file for her.
No, her dad is not a citizen. Her dad is not. It's my grandma is the one that was her mom. Because my grandma is
Grandma can't help her. Grandma can't help her, and this is going on way too long, so you need to come and see me. But Grandma can't help her. Dad, she lost her documents. It's not the end of the world. We can get them back. Okay, so Ann is asking, was not a rough cut, giving me the entire history, and then how can we help her get a green card? She needs to come in and see me. I'm not sure. I don't mean to be rude, but we got so many people to get through. We can't, unfortunately spend 10 minutes figuring it out with each person. Andre, what's your question?
Hi, how you doing?
How are you?
My question is, I'm fine. I've been here in the country for 40 years. I have a green card holder. I got in trouble in 93. I did 9 months. I came out. I went to deportation court. They granted me, I think, a 212C waiver that I could. Great. I can travel, everything. Mm-hmm. Can I travel now still or no?
Yes, absolutely, as long as you don't have any criminal record since then.
Okay, the other question is, I'm trying to get my citizenship, but they said because of the way my case was written, I can't get it.
Well, what was your conviction for?
Possession.
Possession? With intent to distribute or just straight possession?
That's possession.
And when was this conviction?
93.
Okay, you're entitled to become a citizen because that's not an aggravated felony.
Oh, the way they said it's written that I can't get it because I went to another lawyer.
No. We'll make
somebody else tell me some other Palamas law or something?
Nope. We'll make you a citizen. What the law says is you can't become a citizen if you have an aggravated felony after November 17th, 1990. Straight possession is not an aggravated felony on a first-time offense. Hold on.
You need help, dude. Hold on.
Right. So we'll make him a citizen.
What's the number?
1-800-529-5465.
There is a
1-800-529-5465.
All right, so let's go. Ready for social media check-in?
Yes.
We are ready.
Always.
You're ready?
Locked and loaded.
Locked
Rapid fire.
and loaded.
Okay.
And by the way, before we go to social media check-in, every person, what should they be doing, Squeeze?
They should be listening to the song, Every Woman Deserves a Good Body. Yeah, all right. That was the song I was playing.
Oh, okay, I know.
Play the other one. What's
and I've done the research thoroughly after we had that conversation.
Yeah, but I've seen just in my perception is that Facebook will cut us off.
No, they interrupt you, and then when they find out that you are actually truly a radio program.
Yeah, I know, but
we've lost videos though.
We've
had
lost,
some
yes,
we had
Facebook is cruel sometimes, so I'd rather just not play music on Facebook.
We're doing a radio show. It's good.
Huh? Page 21, USA Credit Repair. Thank you very much, Nikki. Boy, who does she work for these days?
I don't know.
By the way, the rapid fire questions on social media, and you should be sharing right now, is brought to you by USA Credit Repair. Here for you today, there for you tomorrow. If you have bad credit today, you could possibly have very good credit within 90 days or your money back. You have to call right now, 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. For bad credit, you only need one telephone number, and that is 1-800-872-7177. 7177. I should be a voiceover guy.
Did you say just 90 days?
I just said 90 days.
What? That's
yes,
amazing.
That is amazing.
What's the number one more time?
Let me
so
give
I
it
could
to
call?
you. 1-800-872-7177.
Crazy Eddies.
Crazy Eddies.
Look at
All
these
right.
guys. You know?
Yeah, that is USA Credit. Thank you very much, USA Credit, for bringing us the immigration link. All right.
Once again, folks, remember to, my page, share it, David Squeeze Annakie's Facebook page. And remember not to call my cell number, which is on my page. All right? Call 1-800-LawLink if you'd like to ask questions. Rapid Fire is...
By the
Rapid
way,
Fire starts now.
Fee just said, Shannon helped me and my sister, and we just rehired Shannon. She's awesome. Our case was very difficult. Shannon, absolutely agree.
Shannon's good.
Shannon's, I like Shannon.
She's
Me
like
too.
you're the man, she's the woman.
She speaks girl too, right?
She speaks girl.
Yeah.
She speaks woman. She's a very good lawyer.
No, I don't think he said girl. I
Oh,
think he said-
Creole. Creole. Oh, I thought you meant because she's a woman. Okay. Yes, she speaks Creole. I apologize. I didn't mean to be sexist.
That sounds so weird.
What noise is that?
It's like a sprinkler going off by your house. Spring is coming. The water is shooting. All right, can you...
What are you doing?
Okay, let's just start this. Sophia says, if you overstay on a visiting visa, what will happen?
By the way, that was very good. You sounded like that guy from Police Academy. You know who I'm talking about? Who makes all those noises?
Winslow or something like that?
Yeah, Michael Winslow. Yeah. He makes all those noises. Like, wow,
Yeah.
All right.
All right, if you overstay on a visiting visa, what will happen?
You'll be out of status.
Be out of status.
Squeeze.
And you will, by the way, I want to clear this up, and Brad, please make it clear. A lot of folks are asking on my Facebook page, once they get here on a visitor's visa, can they get a work permit?
No. When you get here on a visitor's
Please
visa,
make it
you are visiting.
categorically
It's called
clear.
It's called visiting for a reason. You're a tourist.
Visitor's visa is for visiting, guys.
Correct.
And I know if you want to do an adjustment of status, then come in and sit down with Spar Bernstein before you go out of status and find out what your options are. Don't screw up your visitor's visa.
Do you know you know what people do?
What?
They screw up their visitor's visa, then come to me like 3 weeks later and say, okay, so what are my options? I just overstayed. Find them before you overstay and stay in legal status.
Another question that is very common, so let me answer it before you all start asking it. So just get to the other questions. No, you should not come here on your visitor's visa and have a child. You will lose your visitor's visa ultimately.
Right.
All right? Did I say that clear, Mr. Bernstein?
Yes.
All right. So I know those two questions are coming. 3.
It
is okay for them to travel if they
don't have
a criminal record.
Correct. Have never been arrested, and you have a green card, as long as you don't stay for long periods of time.
Right. 4.
4.
Brad does not have the foggiest idea.
Not one foggy idea.
Why they wouldn't give you a visitor's visa at the embassy. There could be a million reasons.
Million reasons we would need to sit and figure it out.
Let me just clear that up. All right? I think I've done enough of the generic questions.
Yes.
All right? So that will, so we can skip over a lot of questions.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. And 5.
Yes, 5.
The number for the law offices of Spar Bernstein is 1-800-LawLink.
1-800-529-5465.
Okay.
And also, everybody, please share.
6.
Share.
All right. Let's go. SMG, you're up, man.
Okay, just so
Swing
everybody
that
knows,
bat.
as more questions come in, the older ones disappear. So if you don't hear your question asked, please post it again to the top. We have my favorite, Amanda says, my favorite gentleman. Thanks for keeping us informed. Very quickly, I have a friend that is being held overnight at a county jail. The police were called due to the fact that he had an argument with his wife. Anyway, he was released. No charges were filed. He did anger management classes. His papers have been filed for. Does he need a lawyer to go on when he has his interview date to get his green card?
Yes. In this time and age, yes.
All right. I want to say thanks to Natalie Stewart for sharing. Okay, Leon, you need to share, brethren. I am here legally. I've been traveling back and forth for the last 2 years staying with my fiancée once I'm here. She's a permanent resident for more than 10 years, and we're about to get married. Congratulations. Okay, Leon. Her divorce was approved in the first week of February. What procedure should we take next, and in what time frame?
File an adjustment. She's a citizen, right? Married to a citizen, yeah.
File an adjustment, dude. Just call 1-800-529-5465. SMG.
If you had to answer in court to child support issues, however, your child support payments are now up to date, can you travel to Jamaica being a green card holder?
Yes, assuming all else is okay.
1-800-LawLink. Brad, what do you think about the deferred action? What's going to happen to the people that are in the system?
According to Donald Trump and all his executive orders, including the one today, people who deferred action for childhood arrivals will continue.
Okay. And folks, I only have 149 shares. I need to get the 300 shares today. Help me to get the 300 shares on my page, David Squeeze It.
Why? This is the first time I ever said Donald Trump and no angry people. We'll see what happens.
No, that's delayed, man.
Oh, is it delayed?
Comes in about 8 seconds. See the angry faces come across when you mention Donald Trump.
Okay.
All right.
My mom has been in America for the last 20 years. Can my brother or I file for her? We are both citizens.
There goes the angry faces. All right.
You want to file for your mom? Sure. If you're a U.S. citizen over 21, by all means.
Great.
What is the DCA handling? What is DCA fee including biometrics?
$4.95.
$4.95. That was quick.
How soon after you've been married can you put in your documents?
The next day.
Okay, that was quick. Brad's like moving. Can a son who just got his citizenship file for his mom who have a 10-year visa? She's not out of status. She have a long way before it
If
expires.
he's over 21, yes.
If he's over 21, yes.
F1 student with grand larceny felony suspended imposition of sentence and will get dismissed next year. Will it affect application for opt or green card later?
I would have to look at the disposition, but if you're telling me it's dismissed, but did he plead guilty to something?
I'm not sure.
Why is it being dismissed next year? That's odd to me. Okay, continue.
All right, Dolly British, thanks for the share. Doreen Worms wants to know, should a husband file for his wife while waiting for citizens?
Yes.
Yes. Big up Gary Levy, all right? Bridget, all right, works at JFK. All right?
What do you believe he will do with the parents of DACA kids if he allows the DACA program to continue? DT.
Beats the hell out of me. Every
Beats
day,
the hell.
it's different.
Are these things
My guess is, and I'm taking a guess and I have no idea. My guess is that eventually the Republicans are going to want to be reelected again. And ultimately they're going to need some minority vote. I would assume, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay? So I would think that for the long-term health of the Republican Party, that they would need some person who doesn't look like me to vote for them. Not that I voted for them. And so my guess is that they'll be tough on immigration because that's what they said they're going to do. And then they'll be soft when it comes time for election and say, look, we did what we were supposed to do, and we also have compassion. That would be the smart thing. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
All right. Once again, thank you so much for sharing my page, David Squeeze Annakie. Nadine. Hello, everyone. There's a question for the citizenship application that asks about signing up for the services between the ages of 18 to 26. Selective services, obviously, they're speaking about. And if you didn't, why? It asks to send in paperwork explaining why one did not sign up for services. Can you please elaborate or help me understand more? Thank you in advance, Mr. Bernstein.
Yeah, selective services, you have to give your name to the military, and it's against the law not to, in case there's a draft. So if you're a resident, you got to give your name to the military between 18 and 26. And if you don't do it, then, the government's going to say, you're not a very good citizen if you're not willing to bear arms.
Very good potential citizen.
You're not a good potential citizen if you're not willing to bear arms. So if you knew you had to do it and didn't do it, you're not going to become a citizen. If you didn't knowingly do something wrong, well, then that really wouldn't have a lot to say about your potential to be a good citizen. You didn't know any better. Right. Nobody told you. So, one thing you're going to need to do is write the selective service. Did you ever mail me anything to any address to say, hey, sign up? Maybe they did, maybe they did. Or maybe you're well past 5 years past 26, then it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
My husband and I are recently married. My husband is out of status, and we're in the process of filing for the I-130, work permit, and provisional waiver. Will he be affected by the new executive order? What executive order?
Does he have a criminal record? If he doesn't have a criminal record, don't worry about it.
My friend filed for her citizenship and is awaiting her appointment letter. Can she file for her fiancé in Jamaica now, or Does she
File.
should she go there and marry?
Go get married, come back, file as a resident, upgrade when you become a citizen.
The original question I asked you about the F1 student with the grand larceny felony, he said yes, he did plead. The judge put him on a suspended imposition sentence for 2 years. He didn't sentence him.
That's a conviction for immigration purposes.
Here's an interesting one.
Give
If
us a call.
He needs to call us.
1-800-LawLink, 1-800-529-5465. If someone is out of status, got married to an American-born, awaiting date for an interview, and later realized that the person is a sex offender, will that stop the wife from getting her green card?
Yes, because he needs the Adam Walsh waiver.
The answer is yes, but there's a waiver, so you...
But that's very difficult to get.
Very difficult to get.
All right,
1-800-529-5465.
Does a provisional waiver mean my husband would have to go back to his country to adjust his status because he overstayed here, or can he adjust here in the U.S.? This person asking is a U.S. citizen.
If he overstayed on a visa, he could adjust here. If he entered without inspection, or he's not 245I, or you're not in the military, then he would need to do a provisional waiver, and it's not adjusting back home, it's consular processing back home.
Okay.
Diane says, I'm a green card holder going to apply for my citizenship next year. My boyfriend overstayed on his visa. If I marry him, what's the procedure I should take?
File an
And
adjustment.
how long is it going to take?
File an adjustment. 90 days for a work permit and about 6 to 9 months for a green card. But when I say file it, you really need the help. I'm telling you, folks, you don't have to listen to me, but I am going to tell you that for lots of people who don't listen to me, they're going to end up screwing up their case, and it's going to end up in deportation. Then you're going to come to me, and it's going to end up being a lot more costly. Because it's a lot more costly to represent you at a deportation hearing than it is just to file right away. I'm just, words to the wise, Squeeze. It's 12:58. What do you want to do?
I want to say thanks to my followers and everybody watching here and yours and all of that, and thank them all for tuning in to this wonderful program we call the USA Immigration Link. It would be nice to have some coffee or something in here.
Some mugs.
Some mugs,
Yeah. On Periscope, somebody asked, does the president have power to do an amnesty without Congress? No. Barack Obama is prime example of that because he got overturned by the Supreme Court. It wasn't even an amnesty.
Big up Neil Santos.
Someone wants to know if you're Squeezed from Silk's Disco.
No.
Shaw Park. Okay. No.
Nope. And everybody, please like us. Please love us. We like to be loved. Please like us. Please laugh with us. And most importantly, please share. We'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow in the morning to talk more immigration. We'll have more to talk about with this new orders that the president just signed about an hour ago. Be safe, everybody, and join us tomorrow. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And, of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465. Well, for the 151 people left still watching, okay, thank you all so much for tuning in to, of course, this wonderful show, hashtag USA Immigration Link, brought to you by the law offices of Spar Bernstein and the Link Up Media Group of companies. My name is David Squeeze Annakie. Want to say thanks to Mr. B.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Remember to tell your friends, to tell their friends who will tell their family members, which will tell their friends, family members, and even their foes to tune in. The USA Immigration Link. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 9 and then 12 noon. Bye-bye. Yeah, unless we forget, page 21, brought to you by USA Credit Repair. Yeah, that's usacreditrepairinc.com. Yeah, that's 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-USA-7177. But for immigration, 1-800-LawLink, 1-800-529-5465. We're out.